with Ella, who lives in her university hostel. She often goes into the forest to take care of animals because, in reality, Ella has a deep love for animals and nature. One day, she starts live streaming from the forest, but suddenly she sees some people cutting down the trees. She screams and tries to stop them, but they tell her that this area is now private property. Ella continues live streaming and says, "Look, these people are destroying the forest." One of the men comes forward and says, "We are just working here. Please delete the video or I will lose my job." But Ella refuses and leaves the place. She goes back to the hostel and wakes up her friend Artyom, who also loves animals like her. Ella gathers many university students and they all start protests. The next day, a man named Matvi comes to the university. He is a very big businessman and the same person Ella met in the forest. He explains to the students that if they want progress, they need to cut this forest and build buildings. Otherwise, development is not possible. But then Ella stands up and starts scolding him. She says, "You are not doing this for progress. You are doing this only for your own profit. If you build here, the animals' homes will be destroyed, and I will never let that happen." Matvi stays silent and listens to her calmly. Other students record this scene and upload it on social media. Later, Matvi's father calls him and tells him to cancel the project and come back home. But Matvi insists and says, "I will definitely build a building right here." On the other hand, Ella gets expelled from the university because Matvi is very powerful and she insulted him publicly. In the evening, Ella goes to a pub and Matvi also comes there. He tries to talk to her, but Ella ignores him and says, "You got me expelled and now you want to talk?" Matvi replies, "I had no hand in that." But Ella leaves without listening. Matvi calls the university and tells him to take Ella back. Ella receives the call and goes to meet him. She says, "Is this your game? First you get me expelled and then you bring me back." Matvi says, "Honestly, I had nothing to do with it." Ella then asks, "Tell me one thing, have you ever done a good deed in your life?" Matvi tells her that when he was young, his neighbor used to beat his dog. So one night, he broke into the house and stole the dog to save it. They keep talking for a long time. Then Ella suddenly says, "I have to go free some dogs." Matvi tries to stop her because she is drunk, but Ella leaves anyway. She reaches the place and starts freeing the dogs and putting them into her car. Suddenly, guards arrive, and at the same time, Matvi also comes. He distracts the guards while Ella sits in the car. Matvi fights with the guard in a childish way, jumps into the car with Ella, and they escape. Later, Ella wakes up in a bed. She is not wearing anything, and Matvi is also there. Ella asks, "Did something happen between us?" Matvi says, "Relax, nothing happened." Ella asks for an aspirin, gets dressed, and prepares to leave. Before she goes, Matvi asks, "Do you need some money?" But Ella replies, "You cannot buy me." While leaving, Matvi says, "I am still going to build that building." Ella goes back to her room and finds another girl living there. She goes to the balcony and sees that Matvi has brought a car for her, but she tells him to go away. She goes to Artyom. He says, "Don't worry, we will defeat Matvi too." But Ella replies, "It won't be easy. He is rich and very smart." On the other side, Matvi is enjoying his life with different girls. Then he watches a video where Ella insulted him. A girl comes to him, but he sends her away. Then Matvi goes to meet Ella and says, "Why are you against me? I am not like you think. Live with me for 1 week and you will see how I really am." He offers her a deal. Stay with me for 1 week. If you still don't like me, I will build a project somewhere else. Ella agrees. She meets Artyom, who tries to stop her, but Ella says this is the only way to save the forest. She goes to Matvi's house, gives him a contract, and records a video in which Matvi promises that if she is not satisfied after 1 week, he will leave the place. Matvi adds one condition: "You must follow everything I say." Ella agrees but says no sex. Matvi accepts. The next morning, Matvi shows Ella his house. Then he takes her to a room full of adult toys and gives her a new vibrator. Ella hesitates, but then uses it. Later, she goes to college. While she is giving a test in front of her professor, Matvi turns on the vibrator using his mobile phone. Here is your rewritten version of this part. Story or wording same Rocky High, Baflo smooth, or natural cardia high, Bina extra detail ad kai. Ella starts feeling strange and uncomfortable, and the whole class begins staring at her. She comes home in anger and scolds Matvi. She says, "If you really want to cross the line, then say it clearly." But instead of that, Matvi takes her out to watch a show. During the show, Matvi starts getting close to her and asks, "Should we forget our agreement?" Ella allows him to get closer, and on purpose, she reacts loudly in front of everyone, trying to embarrass Matvi the same way he embarrassed her in college. Later, they come outside and Matvi asks, "Do you want to drive my car?" Ella starts driving, and Matvi keeps distracting her playfully, which she actually enjoys. The next day, Matvi takes Ella with him and gets a sculpture made of her. At night, Matvi cooks dinner for Ella, and she really likes it. In the morning, Ella receives a phone call, and Matvi finds out that it is her father's birthday. Ella tells him that her mother died 7 years ago, and after that, her father left her and married someone else. After hearing this, Matvi takes Ella to her father's house. Her father thinks Matvi is her boyfriend, but Ella says, "We are just friends." At dinner, her father tries to show care. He even shows Matvi childhood pictures of Ella, but Ella gets irritated and goes to her room. Matvi follows her. Ella says, "He never loved me. Now he is just pretending." Matvi replies, "My father pretends, but your father actually loves you." Still, Ella asks Matvi to take her away from there. Matvi brings her back home. The next day, he takes Ella in a helicopter to a park where she was supposed to go with Artyom. Artyom calls her and says, "I booked 2 tickets for that park. Where are you?" Ella replies, "I am already here with Matvi." Artyom feels hurt and says, "What are you doing? What about your principles?" Ella says, "Don't worry about me," and disconnects the call. That night, Ella and Matvi talk for a long time. Ella asks Matvi to make a tattoo for her. When they return home, Matvi starts tattooing her, and they slowly get closer. Suddenly, Ella stops and says, "I can't do this," and walks away. The next morning comes, which is their last day together. Ella asks, "Will you introduce me to your parents?" Matvi says, "Why waste a last day like this?" But at her insistence, he takes her to meet them. Matvi's parents welcome Ella. We see that Matvi's father is a strange and careless man. While talking, Ella suddenly speaks against him and says, "You people only care about money, and for that you destroy forests and lives." Matvi's father gets angry and says, "People like you are useless." Matvi gets angry too and asks his father to apologize. His father finally apologizes. After that, Matvi shows Ella around the house. Upstairs, they get close again and spend some emotional moments together. Later, their time ends and they separate. Ella becomes upset because Artyom starts bothering her again. On the other side, Matvi starts drinking a lot, lost in Ella's memories. One day, Matvi finds out that the land where he wanted to build a project is actually not suitable. His father had lied to him. His father hired a fake surveyor just so Matvi wouldn't be disappointed. When Matvi finds out, he confronts his father and says, "You don't care about anyone. How could you do this?" His father replies, "I couldn't see you disappointed." Matvi breaks his relationship with his father and leaves. He goes to Ella and says, "I have stopped the project, and I have left my father too. I don't know what I'll do now, but whatever happened between us was real." He starts leaving, but Ella runs after him and hugs him. In the end, we see that Ella and Matvi are together and enjoying their life. And with this, the movie ends.